Good morning! It's Saturday, it's warm and grey and autumn. And as a lot of weeks start, I have no food. So I'm going to go get some. That is this morning's activities. Super exciting.
Welcome to another episode of Toby Stupid Vlog.
So the massive White House that I walked past on the way to Inverness, have you ever wondered what the garden looks like? Me too. Let's have a look. Can't see a lot really, can you? Damn, my arms aren't long enough. I thought I'd been fiendish there. I'm going to need to put the iPhone on a pole so I can properly nose at the garden. See if you can check out the buzzing, see if you can hear it. It's not so much actually today, but anyway, this ivy bush is absolutely teeming with bees, honeybees specifically. You can actually smell the pollen. They're obviously stocking up for the winter. Can't blame them. I look forward to sampling their wares. As soon as I stepped outside, I thought, I don't need this coat. Oh well. It's a proper Indian summer today, so I'm going to make the most of it whilst Crystal's in Wimbledon. I didn't get to film Russ's birthday drinks yesterday, which is a bit of a shame, but it was a little bit too dark. But I did get to see a few people I haven't seen in a while, not least the saviour of Rajar Smileys, who for legal reasons cannot be named. But yeah, it was really nice. It was in Balham and the trains were crap, but other than that it was nice. It is a perfect autumn day, and when the sun comes out you realise how much you miss it. I know it's going to be a bit cloudy some point this week, and then the temperature's going to start dropping finally, because you know we're in October, so you really do have to make the most of the blue whilst it's here. That said, that's why we're going on holiday in November. When it's crap here, we'll go somewhere nice. Afternoon, in fact I should say evening, it's 6 o'clock. But it's the first chance I've got to go out today because I've been staring at a video. The video bit's done, but I can't find a piece of music to go with it. It's really annoying me. I've listened to like 2 hours worth of sample library music and it's all terrible. Squirrel attack. So I've really got to get that sorted, and then I'm in Global tomorrow to do a demo of this malarkey tomorrow afternoon, so that should be interesting. And then I should see Chris, who I haven't seen for ages after that. So tomorrow should be slightly more productive, hopefully. Good morning. So it's Global Day. Today I'm going to be going in, actually quite soon, better put my shoes on, to go and do a demo for this thing that's running on 17th of October. And already today I've been dealing with radio politics. Isn't that fun? I've only been up a couple of hours and already they're squabbling like children in a playground. This has really taught me why it is I left, I think. And sure, it's nice to be paid properly to do the work, but you know, it wasn't the money, really. That wasn't the issue. The issue was the childish nature of the whole business. Global and Bauer, the two largest commercial radio companies, they just simply won't let the other one do anything without having an opinion on it, regardless of how harmless it is or how good it is or anything like that. It's like two children squabbling over their toys, and I've already had to deal with that this morning, so that's nice. I'm trying to be nice about it, but honestly, I think they need to, make up. To be honest, they need to stop acting like children and realise that they both represent the same side of the industry. So there we go. 2 cents over. Let's go and see what's going on in there. This is proper October weather, don't you think? I wish. I think there's only going to be a couple more days of it, and then I think come this weekend 20 degrees in a t-shirt will seem like a distant memory, which is very, very upsetting. But then that's why I'm going on holiday in just under 4 weeks. go to somewhere where 25 degrees in a t-shirt is quite normal. So, thank God. Okay, anybody recognise this place? Yeah, unfortunately, as part of my duties today, I am recording a demo for a competition, which means I've been in here now for a couple of hours and it's driving me slowly bonkers. I can't imagine how you do this for like 8 hours a day. That's nuts. Anyway, they have nice new muffs and a new version of that playout system. I'm sure you don't care. I certainly don't. So I'm busy recording this stupid demo on my laptop because I'm provided with nothing. I'm actually using Sal's pass to get into the studio because I'm essentially a stranger and I'm not allowed in here. So I just need to get hold of Lindsay, who, as you might imagine, said, oh yeah, I can do that, and then ran away from her desk. So once that's done, I should have the workings of a demo, and we should be much closer to making this thing work on the 17th, which will be very exciting, hopefully. And at the very least, it will be work. Hi, kids. So, what day? It's Wednesday. So yesterday, yeah, as you saw, I was back in Global for the second of 3 instalments, which finishes next week, and all the clusterfuckery that goes along with it. And then yesterday afternoon, I actually bumped into a couple of people I hadn't seen in a long time in Global, and we skulked off to the pub for a little bit before I met Chris, who I haven't seen in ages, which kind of completes my former Wise Buddha roundup. So a bit of a chat and what have you, and a catch up about his new business and whatnot. So that was really good. And yeah, it was kind of a bit of a hectic day. And today, it being Wednesday, I've basically sat in front of Final Cut Pro and making my eyes slightly square. So that's been exciting, but I'm nearly done, actually. I mean, there's all the detaily bits at the end, but the big bulky stuff is nearly wrapped on this project. So that's quite exciting. And I did mean to go out for a walk this morning when the weather was decent, and now, as you can see, it's not so much. So I might still try and go for a stroll and then buy some ingredients for tonight. Outdoors, isn't it amazing? I've forgotten. I've kind of missed the best part today, but today's the last day for a while when it's not going to be really cold. It's got up to 17 degrees today, but from tomorrow it's like 11s and 13s and whatnot. It's getting to be autumn in England. Just sucks horribly. The only advantage of autumn is if the sun comes out for even a brief moment, and you get to see the colours, which is why I'm going into Kew Gardens just quickly, just to see where they're up to, really. See whether it's worth popping in this weekend with Crystal and making the most of it. Although Saturday, which to you is in the next vlog, I've got this away day, which I'll try and film where it is because it's a beautiful house in Kingston. And then we're going out in the evening. So Saturday's kind of taken out of the equation, but Sunday we'll either get to continue our walk that we started months ago along the little river that runs out the Thames, which I've forgotten the name of, or we might get a queue. Who knows? All these things to look forward to in the next vlog. So then, I think I've been into Kew Gardens every season this year. We're certainly here in the winter in the snow, and then of course came in spring, saw all the bluebells and whatnot, and then of course summer almost every week, bar probably last week, excuse me. And now it's very definitely autumn, as you can see by some of the colours beginning to show there, but more importantly the number of leaves on the ground and whatnot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go check out the maples, because they usually have fantastic colours. They're a really good sign of when autumn's in full bloom, as it were, and then head back round to M&S. So as you can see, the vines have well and truly turned. But what's most interesting is what happens to the grapes after they've reached the point of no return. Let me see if I can find you some. They look amazing. See that? They go purple and blue. They're quite amazing. Like marbles. Don't know if I've shown these yet. This is the autumn exhibition at Kew. There's loads of giant fungi made out of, obviously, was that willow or maybe bamboo or something like that? Anyway, so little strands of wood. So there's these huge ones up on the hill, and then there's a big line of them down there, and then you can probably see there's some more over there, some down here. They're fantastic, actually, really nice. Morning, welcome to autumn. It's highs of 12 and strong cold winds. Yeah, that's it. There's any sign of heat that was going to exist in this country for any point in the remainder of this year, gone, done. So yeah, it's really nice. So I'm finally going for a morning walk in the morning, which is probably a good thing to try and keep up. Already had the gas man visit, pretty sure he's taken the wrong meter reading, so, you know, things are going well. So that's why I had to get out of the house. This is the last bit of sun for a fair few days, so despite the freezingness, I say that, it's going to be about 12 or 13 degrees colder in 2 months, but I'm not used to this. I'm not used to it being below 20. I think it was, last time it was below 20, it was sort of, I don't know, May. Oh well, here we go. So, as you're probably unaware, unless you live in London, people talk about north and south of the river like some sort of massive cultural divide, which is of course absurd, London being London. But here, this part of London, especially the west end of Greater London, the county, there the river actually runs north-south, so there isn't a north and south of the river. So what was the north further round is here the west, and what was the south is here the east. So yeah, I live on the east side of the river, which is to most people the south. I know that's absurd, but rivers don't run in straight lines, and they certainly don't run perfectly west-east. So yeah, I am south and east of the river. Actually, technically, I'm also west of it. It runs in a loop. Here you go, this better illustrates it. So I live up here to the east, and the river runs down. The river actually goes in a loop like that, so that's why it's to my west and my east, and my north. Do you fancy a couple of £1 million houses along the Thames? This is on the Twickenham side here, overlooking the Thames and Old Deer Park and Richmond on the other. I can't even begin to imagine the cost of those places, but it's definitely above 2 or 3 million, probably close to 5 or 6. Can't honestly remember last time I was along this path. It was well over a year ago, definitely. So that is towards Sarn House. There's a fair few pubs along here, and there's a nice old crane on the dock side. This is the Brentford side of the river, Brentford / Twickenham, so the west side. Yeah, it's actually a very nice walk on the whole. Brentford itself, not the most glamorous place ever, but you know, it's the nearest McDonald's, so that's got to count for something. So this is the Grand Union Canal, which you may well know is obviously a huge canal. Running all the way from the Thames all the way through to Birmingham, I think, and possibly beyond. But interestingly, it actually goes past my parents and then nearly reaches Kew at this end. It obviously also goes to Little Venice and Maida Vale area around there. It branches off a bit further up. But this is the very end of it. This is where it finishes, literally just round this corner. There you go, there's the actual lock. That's the lock that separates the Thames from the Grand Union Canal, as you can see, which is where I'm going right now. This is Brentford Lock boatyard. That's being done up. That's being cleaned. And there's all sorts of other boat related work going on. So as you can see behind me, Brentford is actually full of new build flats and more flats going up. It's sort of an attempted gentrification of Brentford, which I don't have anything against per se, as long as there's enough affordable housing, first of all, that they're not removing social housing, and that there is more than just housing, i.e. amenities and shops and facilities for the people that live there, because they must have put thousands of flats in, but have they put the infrastructure in they need to make the flats actually usable? But the amount of waterfront properties is ridiculous, and I can't believe a lot of them are anything but private housing. Although I hope that some of them are at least affordable, but yeah, it's quite remarkable. There's like a whole stretch of Brentford which is just, you know, new flats going up on the river. A lot of which look very nice, but remains to be seen whether it actually works. A random moment of the day, get a call from Lewis at Global to ask me about a technical problem. Let's just reiterate exactly when I left. June the 14th. And does anybody know what today's date is? That's right, it is October the 10th. So I've definitely left a long time ago. Anyway, they're slightly short of, don't know what the term I can use is. Bodies, let's say bodies. Bodies with, you know, things up here, heads and brains in. So, yeah, that was fun. Anyway, I'm going to get back to my life now. Somebody said to me ages ago, and it's been repeated many times, oh, you can never leave, left. I've definitely left. I have another career. I'm doing this one stupid radio thing, never again. I hasten to add, never again. This is a very good learning exercise. I don't want to be sucked back into the black hole of radio broadcasting. I'm back on the south side of the river. / east and also west. So there we go. Yeah, that's totally ruined my mojo, that phone call. I don't want to think about it. It's like this is going to sound extreme, but I can only describe the ins and outs of radio problems as a cancer. Once you let a little bit into your mind, it grows and it just sort of occupies more of your mind than it needs to. Now I'm going to have to go and meditate and wash my ears. Good morning, Internet. Do you know what today is? Today is the 11th of October. Yeah, I know, that's not very exciting to you. It's exactly 6 months from my birthday, so it's as far from my birthday as it possibly could be. Or, more precisely, I'm exactly 33 and a half years old, or I will be at 6 p.m. I know, you're as excited as I could possibly imagine. It's wonderful, isn't it? So as you can see, it's the last little bit of sunshine for about 4 or 5 days. So I'm going to go out and have breakfast at the National Archives. So it's lovely weather here, but if you're in the Alps, this is what you woke up to this morning. Yeah, that is Bavaria this morning. It's a little bit crazy. And yeah, from another angle. Yeah, I think I prefer my weather. So I thought I would treat myself to breakfast out because I finished the vineyard videos. Hopefully, I just need to send them over and get them signed off and whatnot. So that's good. Getting strange looks from a cat. He's never seen a man talking to himself before. And yeah, you can, at the National Archives just around the corner from the retail park, they actually have a little cafe. So that's where I'm going. I'll make the most of the sun because you're not going to see it again till Tuesday. That was very nice. There's the ugliness of the National Archives and the beauty of their grounds. Yeah, you can get 5 items for £3.30, which is pretty good for a cooked breakfast. So now I'm going to go walk it off. I'm sure I've discussed this before, but this little corner here, enclosed with these railings, is a snail reserve. That's right, it's a nature reserve for snails, particularly that kind of snail, of which I've never seen any in 4 years. But that said, they may all be behind those railings that are perfectly well built to keep snails from escaping. It does seem rather odd, but there we go. It's a specialist snail reserve. One of the many reasons you should come and visit Kew. So I just passed a couple on a bicycle, and one of them says to the other, "Oh well, you see, I looked it up on the internet." Do you never find that phrase very, very odd, especially from a certain generation? That's like me saying, "Well, I looked it up in books." It's like the medium where you looked it up doesn't seem important. It's not a source. The internet's quite big. Looking it up on the internet does not prove anything. I guess that'll disappear with time. It's probably just a generational thing, but I do find it very, very odd phrase. Just went past an estate agent selling one of these flats here. They're all the same estate agents. You can spot them a mile off. Nasty little shits. I have nothing nice to say about them. If you are an estate agent, I'm very sorry, but it's unlikely that we can get on. One of the reasons I say it is because everyone knows the phrase second-hand car dealer, and they have an expectation of what's going to happen in terms of they'll sell you rubbish you don't want. But a second-hand house dealer, on the other hand, is an estate agent, and they're nice. Oh. When I said that was the end of the nice weather, I wasn't joking. There is the nice weather. That's what's coming. Don't know if I've mentioned this much in the last couple of days, but I really hate radio. It's really annoying. The amount of work you do for such tiny results. Never again. Never. If I even think it, if you see it in my eyes on here, and you think he's thought about it, he might do it, they might have bribed him, you need to get in those comments and you need to tell me how annoyed I am right now. Please. This can't go on.